the city.
Yeah, one more time round. I love that shirt, by the way. I know we talked about it.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you. You name your kid Rad, and all of a sudden,
Everything's rad.
everyone gets you all the stuff.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, the actual sweater, the sweatshirt that he came out of the hospital with, our friends got that had the original logo from the VHS.
No kidding.
Yeah.
VHS.
It's hanging in his room above his closet now.
Do you remember VHS?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors, guys and gals, Nashville, Tennessee, Nashville Riffs with Hyder and Trace.
We're here tonight.
Yeah.
We're here tonight
We're here tonight.
with a legend.
Yeah. A legend in his own mind, if, but that counts. I'm just kidding. A legend, Mr. Tylerr Cannon. Welcome, dude.
Thank you very much.
Man, thank you for being here,
Thanks
dude.
for having me.
It's good to see you, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
I used to see you every week.
Yeah, I know, when I was doing things.
Yeah.
And now I'm just hanging out with Rick Trace doing the podcast,
Yeah.
So, man, let's get started here. Tell me about where you're from, man.
I'm from a small town in North Carolina.
Whereabouts, North Carolina? Because, I lived in North Carolina for a little bit.
Granite Falls. So it's
No
close
kidding.
close to Hickory.
I've been to Hannah's.
Oh, yeah, Hannah's Barbecue.
Yeah, I dated a young lady that was from Granite Falls, my friend.
I don't know if we talked about this.
Did we?
Maybe.
We might have.
I'm from Granite Falls.
Granite Falls, man.
So I knew that I was friends with the Hannah's people.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
I was dating this young lady who was a tremendous singer. And I was dumb enough to think that I could have a woman in my band and everything would be okay. But that's another story for another time. Yeah.
Yeah, you were new to the business, weren't you?
I was, man.
There's something me and
Green. But
my now wife had talked about right in the beginning. It was like, okay, we can always be together forever. So romantic, but we cannot be in a band together.
yeah. See, that's intelligence. But anyway, yeah, nice. But yeah, we drove all the way from Charlotte to Hannah's to get a milkshake.
So which Hannah's was it?
This is the original.
Yeah,
I mean,
it had to be Lenore.
is that it?
Yeah.
Lenore, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one.
So
Now
Granite
there's
Falls-
two or three of them.
Oh, really? They branched out?
Yeah.
They end up like in an out burger out here, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've driven by,
We got that,
but I haven't gone there. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I've not gone either.
Yeah.
Not the
But
same
yeah,
as
dude,
what.
Hannah's is awesome.
Yeah. Not
Yeah,
the same.
Hannah's was
Granite
awesome.
Falls is awesome. Same town as Eric Church is from, and
I was about to ask. I thought that
World
was the case.
Series, World Series pitcher Madison Bumgarner from the Giants.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yep. Yep.
And Tylerr Cannon.
Yep. I don't have my name on a sign out there yet, but
Well, you know what? That's why we got you on here,
nice.
because we want to get your name on the sign.
Okay.
Now, it might be a wanted sign, but we're going to
Yeah.
get your name on the sign.
We can
You
deal-
know?
we can deal with that later.
Yeah. So you grew up in Granite Falls, man.
Yeah.
When did you get into music? What was it? What inspired you? How'd that
I don't
happen?
know if I remember the exact moment, but I mean, my grandmother had me doing Elvis impersonations when I was 5, 6 years old.
No kidding. Were you singing or
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
dancing?
I was singing like karaoke, doing karaoke.
Yeah. No
Elvis,
kidding.
Elvis karaoke, basically.
So that's how it started.
Yeah, she sold Mary Kay.
Okay. She had a pink.
Oh,
did she get the
man.
pink
She
caddy?
had me. She had a pink caddy.
That's like
So she for real?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was
a
good at
cool
it.
cult.
She was
Of
good
all the
at it,
cults,
and-
that is
yeah.
it. Like
Oh, yeah.
my mom was doing that too.
Yeah.
and
No
she was
kidding.
yeah,
And
she
so
was damn
she-
good at it.
so
was
she
this
had
close to
me,
the fucking pink Cadillac.
Yes, my grandma had a pink caddy.
No
and,
doubt. She was legit.
She had me doing Elvis impersonations at like Mary Kay conventions and nursing homes and
Really?
stuff like that around Hickory and Granite.
So she just take you along with her?
She sewed my suits and I had glue on sideburns.
No way.
Oh yeah, and I
Do
was
you-
like the fat Elvis. I was
So-
like the fat Elvis. Right
You were the
before
Vegas
stuff-
Elvis?
Yeah, I was right when
Yeah.
stuff went bad.
Yeah. No,
But I was the young Elvis. And it
no
was,
kidding. So you
So I was doing that at a young age before I even played guitar. So
you have to have pictures of this. Somebody in the Cannon family has to have
I have to
pictures.
try to dig them. I don't know if I've ever seen them. I have to dig them up.
Man, I would love to. I'd pay good money to see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no
you know?
doubt.
Yeah.
So you started out playing.
I did that, and
yeah, singing Elvis.
the
stuff.
guitar thing happened when I was 9.
Okay.
I started playing guitar when I was 9. I remember my grandma got me a cheap guitar, and I started taking lessons from this guy in Granite Falls. His name's Lance Main. He still does it.
Nice.
The same house studio that he did it then, and he's a great guy. He taught me a lot then, and I took it from him. But then I don't know what it was. I guess I was a punk kid that didn't really care too much about it.
Yeah.
I was a baseball player. I wasn't gonna be a musician. I was gonna be a
You're gonna
baseball player, and
Oh, you were
guitar
gonna
was
go
just
all the way?
something. Guitar was just fun for me, basically. Is
Wow.
what I thought at the time.
no kidding.
Yeah.
Were you good at baseball?
I mean, I thought I was good. Probably not.
You
Looking back
kinda
on it,
look like
probably
a-
not.
Like you
I
look
mean,
like a
I
baseball
shortstop?
player. I would
What-
buy
what-
that.
I was actually the short, tubby, right-handed first baseman. Actually,
No
kidding.
kidding.
When your ideal first baseman's tall, lanky, left-handed.
Yeah.
I was
can
exact
stretch out.
opposite, and I was okay. I mean, my dad had me doing, throwing
Drills.
ground balls at me and picking them in the dirt, and
Yeah.
he had no mercy. But I'm glad.
See, we're getting somewhere already.
Yeah, I think
I'm
we're
glad
learning more about Tylerr.
I'm glad he acted that way,
Yeah.
but I'm also glad that it was baseball and not guitar. Because
Yeah.
if he would have acted that way about guitar, I probably wouldn't be doing this. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, kind of too much pressure on it.
He
Yeah,
would
there's
have.
a lot
Yeah.
of pressure.
Really.
And then I did baseball in middle school, and then that's when it starts getting political and cliquey. And if your dad or your so and so's not in the booster club, and
Yeah, man.
then
Right.
you're not going to start. So I sat
It's
the
like pay to
bench.
play for like.
I sat the bench until
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah.
And then I got hurt playing summer ball. I got real flat feet, so
Do you now?
I hyperextended. Yeah, I do now. You don't see me run. But I hyperextended my foot, and basically the playing was over.
That's it.
And it's after a quad. After I play a quad downtown,
Yeah.
the next morning
You can't.
I'm miserable for at least an
Yeah.
hour.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a while for it to loosen up and get stopped.
I bet.
But
Yeah.
I do feel that injury still. But
Absolutely.
It does take a quad. I can play a triple, and then the next day I'll be pretty much okay. But a quad is it. I hurt.
So when just so people
But,
know, like, so you just real quick, you do a triple, so that's 3 sets. A quad obviously is 4 sets in a day.
Quad's 4 sets in a day. So
we'll get
I
there,
mean,
man. But that's grinding like I don't know what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So from there, did you
but
go directly to the guitar, or was
well,
like
so the
that
guitar was
guy-
always floating, right?
Yeah.
So I started taking lessons when I was 9. Me getting hurt in baseball was about 15. So
when you get
I
hurt,
still
what are you
had
gonna do but sit around? And
I still
play?
had guitar, but when I got hurt, and when me and my dad had that conversation of, this is probably gonna be the last season you're ever gonna play, and
yeah,
this will be it. And I understood that. Well, then it was like, okay, well, I guess the only other passion I've got is guitar.
cool.
And so I tackled that. Started playing in a praise band.
A praise band.
I started playing in a church band out in North Carolina.
Is that right?
And what's funny is
The church band.
that's really,
That's cool.
taking lessons, I learned very, very basic guitar theory, music theory. And then I learned some songs. That's about it.
Nothing about playing in a band.
Right. And see, that's when my grandma early on, she quit pay. I don't know how old I was, but she quit paying for my lessons because she said, I'm paying for you to become a guitar player, not just learn how to play this
One
stuff on
tune.
guitar.
Yeah.
I
So
want you
great
to
that
really
she had that
learn-
insight.
I want you to learn the instrument, not just go in here and learn the intro to Back in Black and think it's cool.
Yeah.
And so she quit paying for 'em. And but me joining that praise band, that was it. That was the real life experience of playing with people.
Because that's a band,
And
dude. I don't
what's
care. I mean,
crazy-
that's a
How many
band.
singers you might have?
Dude, that's the
What
whole
crazy
deal.
is
and the levels you can get with that many.
I was
people
in
a
it.
band.
I was in it for a couple years, and toward the end of my playing there, the pastor told me, he said, "I just got to tell you, bud, you've come a long way." And he said, for at least the first year and a half, you were turned off in the mains.
you were only you were only live in your hot spot
Oh, that is
for over
golden.
a year.
Oh man.
That's
I mean, I
great.
was up there rocking out. I was up there thinking this was great, and I was turned off.
wow.
And he
That-
said,
that's
he
humbling
said,
right there.
He said, once we were able to pitch you live, he said we knew that was the point where you're starting to improve.
Yeah, you're
yourself.
starting to pick it
So
up.
they saw me go from 15-year-old kid that thought he knew how to play something to
Really knowing how to
getting
play.
to understand, how to play. And
Yeah.
when you're in this key and how to tell the staff, and the worship leader told me all that cool stuff. So that was a huge stepping stone in a right direction for me.
Very often the guitar player becomes the band leader in this town, so I'm sure a lot of that, is helpful later when you get into playing in groups where you're leading bands for artists and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, and just the communication, and just the stage communication.
Paying attention to what everybody's doing.
I guess, yeah.
And not just staying there like in your rig, just playing. Like you have to.
It's almost like driving, like when you're driving on the road, you're looking in your side mirrors and your rearview mirrors.
Yeah.
You're looking at what's going on around you.
Yeah.
You got to do the same thing when you're on stage.
Amen.
You got to be catching this stuff.
Absolutely.
But
so
they turned you down for a year and a half.
They turned me off for a year and a half.
Dude, there's an Andy Griffith episode with Barney in the choir, and he's so bad. They keep telling him like he's so powerful, like he needs to.
I remember that. My dad
Yeah,
loved
do you
it.
remember that? It just reminds me when you were telling us about them keeping you on, just having you in your own vein, for a year and a half. It just reminded me of that, North Carolina.
Yeah.
But all my little guitar tricks, like the behind the head stuff and the mouth playing and all that stuff, I did all that in church.
No kidding.
Oh yeah.
Did you really?
Oh yeah. The pastor one day after the church, he said all the old ladies love it. Keep it up.
Did he really?
Oh yeah.
Well, you know what? That's a great
good deal.
point. Yeah.
Even the ones that don't
That's
actually
awesome.
do.
I get good deal.
Dude, that's great.
But
So
yeah,
did you
that
play-
helped me tremendously.
Did you play in any like original music groups at any point?
No,
from
I
there?
never
When
did.
when-
I never did the original project stuff. So from the praise band, what was cool was for a little time there, we were meeting at a middle school. You know how churches will meet at wherever they can meet.
Sure.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were meeting at a middle school, and right in front of that middle school was a bar.
That sounds
And
great.
so the
I love
managers,
this.
and it was actually a pretty cool spot. But the managers at that bar went to church at the place,
Oh,
and so
okay.
they saw me playing,
Oh,
and they
no
were like,
kidding.
dude, come hang out on the weekend sometime. We'll
Wow.
be there. You can hang out with us, and we get Nashville bands coming in, and we get good bands coming in here. And
No
you
kidding.
need to come hang out.
Okay.
So that was my breakthrough of seeing the live bar band, the live music scene at all, other than the praise band thing.
Wow.
So
Man,
That
so
is-
you got to jump right into, people that are like, up there you can make money doing this.
Yeah.
have you might know this guy, Cal Ecker.
Man, the name.
I
just
know, I
is,
was about
like,
to say, why do
ringing
I-
He's
out
been around
right
for a long
now,
time,
but-
and now
yeah.
I think he might own a bar here in East Nashville, I think.
Oh, really?
But back then,
He was in a band.
He was fronting a band. He's fronting his own band. I think I've got that name right. But anyway, he was fronting his own band.
Is that like one of the
Jeff that plays
Sneaky
with
Dennis or whatever it is?
Skinny
one of the
Dennis.
Skinny Dennis.
But anyway,
bars.
yeah.
Jeff that plays with Big and
Tons
Rich.
of music through there.
Bass player for Big
yeah,
and Rich
yeah.
was playing with him on the road. This was almost 20 years ago.
Really?
He was playing with him, and Hurricane Shane
Oh, yeah,
Williams,
yeah.
that plays with Big and Rich now,
Oh,
played
did
with
it?
Neil McCoy back in the day. He's had a
Oh,
lot.
yeah.
He was playing drums with him. So I'm this 15-year-old kid hanging out in this bar, and these Nashville guys are coming in, and they're players. I mean, they're
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
and I got to experience that and hang out, and they put an X on my hand, and I'd sit by the front door with the bouncer and
Wow.
all night long, and especially if the place was packed, they wouldn't let me go inside.
Yeah.
They let me go
when-
in for a couple songs and come back outside.
Yeah.
When was this?
I was 15 years old, so it was 2006, 2007.
That's
2008.
Right when moved
I was
here.
in high
That's
school.
funny. I was hanging out at 12th and Porter, and all of them, Gretchen and Big and Rich, and all of them were regularly doing events at 12th and Porter. And
Yeah.
that was sort of like Music Mafia. All that stuff was kind of happening back then, and that's crazy to because they were just getting all their big stuff.
Yeah,
done,
and I
too.
mean, at that time, the guys I'm talking about were younger, so they didn't have those gigs, and they were climbing that ladder themselves.
sure.
But I met those guys at a very young age,
Yeah.
and I got to sit in. They let me come sit in. I remember, like, dude, the only song I knew was "Last Dance of Mary Jane." Like, the only thing I
Really?
could do was dance. That's the only thing I could do.
Yeah.
You know,
It cover
and,
wise.
but they would let me get up, and so I got that cool real experience that you don't get.
That you got to have in your own town across the street from your own church, man.
Yeah.
That's really amazing. That's a great story.
And then I'd spend the night at the manager's house because it was too late for my mom to come pick me up. I couldn't drive yet.
So your folks would let you do that?
Yeah, they dropped me off. And
that was really cool.
That's amazing.
That's amazing,
yeah.
man. That's
nothing,
great.
Nothing but support from my folks.
Yeah. Well, and trusted the manager of the bar because he said he went to the church across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was him and the brothers. There were two brothers that managed.
Do they still have the place today? No,
No,
it's long gone.
the bar is something else, and all the faces have changed. I still keep in contact with some of those guys.
Do you really? Good for you.
But all the faces have changed.
So
a lot of good memories there, a lot of good early experience from that.
yeah,
And what's funny is like that branched off to me. Okay, cool. I want to do this.
cool,
You know,
man.
so I started doing it, and I started getting so busy playing in bars that I couldn't make praise band rehearsal.
Uh-oh.
So then that conversation had to come of,
What
all right,
your
you're not showing up for
priorities.
rehearsal, so you can't play.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm getting paid to play out here, and I can't not. I
Yeah.
want to get paid to play.
yeah.
And I know that was, looking back on it now, I was very young to already have that mindset of, well, I'm getting paid. So, I mean,
Well,
but it is I guess it is what it is.
it is what it is. But
I
get
did,
it, man.
That
you
was
know?
me separating from the church. And so I quit playing,
Yeah, that was it.
and I dove into just
Playing on,
just cover bar gigs, really.
yeah.
Um,
How was that? Was there? I mean, I've been out to Granite Falls like a few times. There's not much out there, so
you have surrounding areas
you're
there.
just traveling around. Did you
Hickory.
come to Charlotte?
Very little.
Yeah,
There's
so
little Irish pubs at Tylerr Creek Pub.
okay.
Little
I don't,
Irish pub there.
yeah.
I played at a couple times. That's about the only place.
so you just played surrounding areas.
Yeah, I mean, I stayed pretty busy. The Hickory scene was a lot bigger than people think it is.
That's cool.
And it's still.
I didn't know there was a
probably-
scene.
Oh yeah.
No
And,
kidding.
I mean, it ranked up there with Charlotte and Raleigh.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
There's plenty of places to play. A
Yeah.
lot of them's acoustic. A lot of it be like me and you and Rick
Yeah.
playing acoustic guitars and singing.
Yeah.
It wasn't not as many full band opportunities, but
Sure, but you could.
I mean, I was busy, but
Yeah.
before.
Were you still in high school? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
And you're
still in
getting
high
that
school playing.
experience of how to
Yeah.
like sit around and jam, which is
Yep.
kind of different than getting on stage and playing and being
Yeah.
rehearsed.
Yeah.
I learned coming to town that, like playing with other people and, sort of being improvisational in that sort of
Yeah.
environment,
Yeah.
took a little while to get confident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your feet wet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got this at a young age, man.
Well, yeah,
You're already making money doing this. So that's cool, man. Like, I can't remember. I had summer jobs working on farms, doing tobacco and ricking hay and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
I had some odd.
that's cool.
I
that
had some
you-
odd jobs
You're able to
a
make
little
some-
bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was able to make a little bit of money. Like I
Yeah.
remember my first gig was, one of my first gigs was every Wednesday night, this acoustic thing for
Okay.
$50 a man.
Hell yeah.
And I played electric with two acoustic guitar players.
How long did y'all play?
Probably 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours. It's probably a closing.
So is that 50 a man? You said, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
But that was
I
it.
wouldn't say no. It's either make $50 and play music or don't.
And back then I didn't have bills like I do now, so I was fine,
Right.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that $50 would go a long way back in those days in
Yeah.
the smaller towns
They
too.
weren't dumping tips out, but still.
No.
Yeah, because
No.
$50 is it used to go a lot longer than it does now, especially like in a small town where you can go get a Big Mac meal for $7 and not 15, So you're in high school. Are you a cool kid because you play guitar in bars?
I
the
tried to be.
these cheerleaders
Tried to be
loved you,
the-
didn't they? Come on.
I wasn't the job. I wasn't in that crew.
You don't have to be if you can play guitar, bro.
I was in chorus.
Yeah.
So it kind of kept me on that
Oh,
fine line of
there are girls in
cool
chorus.
and not cool.
I got you.
My wife
Cool
was
nerdy?
my wife was in chorus with me.
I didn't know
So,
that.
Yeah.
So
We were-
you and your wife are from the same.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
how far back y'all go.
Were you
She's
together
2 years.
back
She's
then,
2
or
years
did
older.
it-
No, we didn't get.
So
to
you
go
were
till
friends
after.
for years?
We
Love
didn't get to
that.
go till after.
That's really cool.
But she was 2 years older, and I bullied her, and
That is
she
the-
hated me. And then
You
And then
bullied
later
her.
on, that's the way to do it.
I told her I was just getting you used to stuff. Like I was just getting you warmed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you can handle this type of annoyance, you
Yeah,
can probably
it's-
do it
absolutely
forever.
forever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
is what I need to know.
Maybe a couple year break, and then we'll meet up again, and we'll just kick it right back off. And
And here we are.
How
You
long?
know?
How long did that take till y'all got together?
I was
You put that bottle down with some
I
authority
was
there. Too long.
We got together in 2012,
Okay.
and I graduated in 2010, so maybe about two years, a little over 2 years. And she did a little bit of moving, because she's from Georgia, but she came to North Carolina early,
Okay.
and she went back to Georgia, so we lost touch. And then I saw that she came back. So
Yeah.
so I invited her.
Like, hey, girl,
I
remember
invited
me?
her to a movie,
She's like,
and
this
so
mother-
we were going to
already?
see Taken 2.
Ah, that's a good one.
Oh, it
But
wasn't bad for a
but
sequel.
I was such a boy that I was hanging out with my buddy getting stoned, and my best friend. I said, "Hey, you want to go see this movie with me and this girl?"
Yeah.
So I bring my best friend with me to this movie.
I did the same thing.
And
to my
still to
wife,
this
but
day-
it was a girl that I knew, not a
That's
guy.
great. Well,
Yeah,
still
it's
to
even
this
worse.
day-
Yeah. But so what did you do? So,
Still to this day, me and my buddy Jordan that was with me at that movie are still best friends, and
That's awesome.
And the three of us have a great relationship. And just,
awesome.
So that's really funny. But yeah,
It
we've
was
been
funny.
together. We've been together for a long time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So with playing with these guys and everything, is that kind of how Nashville worked its way into, or was this just the natural trajectory to come up this way,
What's that now?
to come to Nashville?
Yeah, I don't remember how old I was when I thought about Nashville.
Did that have anything to do with the guys coming down or anything, or was that just you said you were meeting Nashville cats playing at
That
that
might
bar and all
have that might
stuff?
have kind of turned me on to the idea of it, because I mean that back then that was like kind of next level, untouchable
really?
territory, because
Yeah.
I wasn't on my own. I didn't have anything going on. I didn't know what it was like to
Yeah.
function as an adult at all, really. So
Yeah.
being on my own out in a different state and traveling on the road was just completely beyond me.
Yeah.
But the thought of it was cool. But no, I mean, I stayed in North Carolina and stayed busy for a number of years, with wanting a dream of, okay, if I can get out to Nashville, then that's where the opportunity is.
Yeah. So you graduated from
But
high school and then you
Graduated in
just-
2010,
yeah.
and I had a couple of odd jobs. The most legit one, I guess you'd say, is Dick's Sporting Goods for
Is that
maybe
right?
a year.
I can see that for
Was in the
maybe a
lodge.
year.
I was working in the lodge, selling hunting and fishing stuff.
That's not too bad then.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But
Like, I'm not
I
gonna
did
sell
that, and
sports gear, but I'll do the.
But I'll sell the
all the
gunpowder.
guns and
Yeah.
the-
Yeah.
most of the people were cool, but I was playing a little bit, the whole time.
Yeah.
I remember a couple of the managers came to see me at a couple of my gigs, and that was cool. But I remember there was a time where I started playing so much
Yeah.
that it was just becoming an inconvenience for them.
Yeah.
So one week,
And you got to take the floor out because
yeah,
that's the only
one
way
week
you're gonna
they
really
gave
do it.
me 1 week they gave me five hours on my whole schedule.
Ooh, that's
So I
telling
knew
me
that
like
that-
you're
I knew-
done.
Yeah, and I called him. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna sub out that day," and I actually decided I'm gonna go on a trip to Nashville, so I'm not even gonna be here.
Is that how you do
So
it?
I quit.
Yeah.
I basically just quit, and I took a trip to Nashville. There was an artist here that lives in North Carolina now, but he
Yeah.
was here then. I came out here with him. Tried out for American Idol out here when I was in high school,
No kidding.
and so me and one of my buddies came out here.
Yeah.
Just as a singer, or did you play?
Yeah,
too?
no, just as a singer. Me and him and his mom came out here. We were in high school, so she drove us out here. And I remember there was a line all the way down Bridgestone, all
Yeah.
the way down Broadway. And this was before 2010, I guess. So
Yeah.
Broadway wasn't anything like what it is
Dude,
now,
it-
even.
Yeah. When I got here in
Um,
09, it was.
Yeah.
I
so
know what it was like.
It
Yeah.
was still not, but I tried out for American Idol. I sang for 20 seconds and they said, "Okay, you're not what we're looking for. Thank you." And I was like, cool. I don't want to be here anyway. My buddy's the one that cared about it. I wanted to go downtown and I wanted to see all that
Yeah.
because at that time I was already into the playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once I made it past a certain point on guitar, that's where the passion was. It wasn't I didn't want to be a singer.
Yeah.
I can sing and I will sing.
Sure.
I enjoy singing,
Yeah.
but the real passion is holding that instrument and that relationship is what gets me going.
So you come to Nashville and say you did American,
American
Idol. I
Idol.
love
So
that.
you're not what
I
we're
can't
looking
see.
for.
I just
You're not
couldn't
what we're
stand in the
looking for.
line all.
Oh, it was awful. It was awful.
I couldn't do that, man. honestly, just because a man's got to know his limitations, right?
Yeah.
And I know, like I'm good at what I do. I mean, if I wasn't, I wouldn't have been able to make a living at it, and I have for a lot longer than when I was in Nashville, really. But man, I just know that I'm not a singer. I mean, I love to sing, you know, but I'm not that I'm not
Like not a competition level.
no.
I did the voice and the same thing. It was just like,
Did you really?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Municipal. It's like one of the first years they.
Really?
It was probably like second or third year.
Yeah.
And
How long did you wait in line? I mean, I just, dude,
People were camping out all night for the American Idol.
I'm impatient as all
we got
get
there
out,
like
dude.
in the
I
middle of the
couldn't do it.
night. We got there like 4 a.m. and waited until the sun rose, and then they did it. They opened up the doors in the morning.
Yeah.
And you go in there.
Yeah.
People were out all night, camping all
Holy
night.
man.
It was.
and they
ridiculous.
take, in the
was
beginning, they take huge groups of you. So it's like,
Okay.
not huge, but, it was like 10, 15 people per group and stuff.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
kind of, if you can get through that, then it comes down to a few people.
So they
and
just
then
break
they
it
decide.
down like,
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're not really looking, it's not necessarily like, at that level you're dealing with producers and they're just taking notes of everything and listening. And if something grabs them, then they, whatever, they're like, all right, you're good. It's so nonchalant that it was just like,
Next.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. But I was relieved. I was like, okay, cool. I didn't care. I wanted to get downtown.
You wanted to play on
And
Broadway,
so I
right?
did.
Yeah.
And I remember my buddy was upset that he didn't make it. He went back to the hotel room and he was done for the day. I said, I'm staying downtown.
Yeah.
And then
Were you old enough to drink?
No, I was in high school.
Oh, that's right.
I met Buck McCoy. I met Bobby Turk. I met Ernie Fair.
Wow.
All those guys.
Just like,
Then
yeah.
in 2010.
That's
Playing
insane.
downtown because
Wow.
I ditched the American Idol thing.
Yeah.
Went downtown and I just hung out. I started hanging out at the bars, and I remember meeting little Jimmy Dickens.
No kidding.
He was hanging out at the stage,
Yeah.
and I met him in the back alley of the stage and got a picture with him.
That's awesome.
That was very cool.
That
Yeah.
was such a
But
different era
it
of
was.
this town.
It was.
I mean,
Man,
I met those
wasn't
guys.
it was so cool, man, when I got here.
I met Bobby Turk and those guys.
Yeah.
And went back to North Carolina. What's cool is I kept in touch with those guys the whole time. So I didn't move out here until 2016.
yeah.
So from 2000 and whenever the American Idol thing was, 8, 9
Okay.
to 2016,
Yeah.
I kept in touch with them.
No kidding.
And so I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
I graduate high school. I tried to do a couple semesters at community college, and that didn't pan out. I was too busy playing and not caring.
Yeah.
So, and I stayed busy, and I was able to make a decent enough living for there. Cost
Yeah.
of living was not as high there then
Sure.
as it is now or out here.
Yeah.
But I was able to do it, and then finally everything worked out to where we were ready. Me and my wife were ready to move out here.
Yeah.
2016.
So y'all
So
got
we-
married
so we made
already?
that move.
You were
No,
married? No.
we didn't get married until 2021.
I was about to say, I thought
Yeah, I
that was
gonna
more
say,
recent
that
than
was a
not.
while ago,
Yeah. So, but she moved out here with me,
Yeah.
and but yeah, so we made that move, and that's the first time I'd ever done that.
Yeah.
Packed up everything you had,
And yeah, not at home.
left your family, and didn't have any guarantee because I didn't have a job.
Yeah.
I didn't have a job lined up out here. I said, I'm going to bring my guitars and I'm going to come here and I'm going to just come ready to work.
Yeah.
And what I did, now this might be getting off topic, but
No, it's fine, dude.
for people that are wondering how you get into this thing.
Yeah, please talk about that.
But what I did was,
Yeah.
other than that long-standing relationship I had with Bobby Turk, Ernie Fair, those guys that I met early on.
Yeah.
And I kept in touch with those guys. But other than that, I came out here to visit in May
Yeah.
of 2016 because we were going to try to look for
A place
what
to
part
stay.
of town we wanted to live in because we didn't know anything about it at all.
Yeah, just at that time, stay out of the east,
Right,
which is
and I
where
didn't-
we're sitting today.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about any of it, right?
But yeah.
But we come out here in May, and I had a couple of friends that were playing out here. Bobby was one of them.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, I'm coming out here to visit and get a scope for things. And sure, just like everybody does. Hey, yeah, I'm playing here. Come see us.
Yeah.
Playing downtown.
Yeah.
Come see us. So I did. I went downtown. I went to see them. And, Trevor Finley,
Oh yeah, man.
He was playing, I think he was playing Legends with Bobby Turk and Greg Thiel. He was doing a trio.
Yeah, that was the group back then.
And
I hadn't thought about
so
that
I
for a
met
while.
so I met them. I already knew Bobby. So I come in to see Bobby. He's playing with Trevor and Greg.
And Trevor's such a good person,
I
too,
meet those
man.
guys for the first time. I get up and I play a couple songs with them. And that was me
Yeah.
introducing myself to Trevor.
Yeah.
Where
Well,
do you
then-
feel like you were at this point in your playing?
I mean, I wasn't where I probably should have been. I'm still not where I should be, to be honest with you.
Join the club, man. Join the club.
Yeah, I'm lucky to
Come
be.
on.
I'm lucky to be busy, but no, I mean, by that time, 2016, I had already had enough years of playing in local bands that, I mean, I was a lot luckier than, and this is also getting off topic, I was a lot luckier than some younger dudes that are moving to town now that don't know who Merle Haggard is, or they don't know
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
Keep Your Hands to Yourself is. They don't know what any of these
Yeah.
old
Standards, man.
I was already playing all that stuff
Yeah.
before, cause and here's a secret: surround yourself with older guys
Yeah.
Yeah.
that are
Definitely.
better than you.
Absolutely.
You always want to be the worst one in the room.
Absolutely.
It's the only way
man.
you're going to get better.
Yeah.
You want to be the worst one in the band.
You want to get challenged all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah.
And so I was always around older guys. So I was
Man, that's great.
15. I was a 15-year-old kid. Well, not only was I a 5-year-old kid singing Elvis.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my grandma had me on that.
You
old-
started from
my
yeah.
dad was all about AC/DC
Is that right?
and all the 80s
Yeah.
and all the 70s, 80s rock and some
Yeah.
90s rock. I didn't get into 90s rock because there wasn't enough guitar solos. I was like, no, this is not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was all layered.
It was
Yeah,
just basic.
yeah, grunge.
And I was like, this is. I called it cock rock, but it's just dude rock.
Yeah.
Like you just.
Yeah.
It's boring. Now I appreciate it a little bit more, but
Sure.
it wasn't guitar heavy enough. So I didn't. I was the 80s, 70s guitar heavy
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Like what guitar heavy bands from the 70s, man?
I mean, AC/DC, Van Halen,
Yeah.
even your Def Leppard and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
My dad,
White
my
Lion,
dad burnt
come on.
CDs. Oh yeah, my dad burnt CDs of all that stuff. But
Yeah.
that was what, and I tell everybody probably Santana is
Is that
one of my early guitar heroes.
right?
And it's not even his chops. It's
Yeah, I
it's
wouldn't-
his
I would-
aura, it's his attitude,
You just dig
it's
him
the
as
authority that
his
he
vibe.
plays with.
And
It's that-
somehow that comes through in the way he plays, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With those long single notes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, you know.
But Santana's always been one of my favorites, and Richie Sambora from Bon Jovi.
Oh man,
Guys like that.
you know, not enough
But,
people really give Sambora as much credit as I
Nah,
think
he
he's
got
due.
overlooked. Yeah, he got
I think he's fantastic. Always have.
but I was fortunate enough to have that old music in my life early on, right?
yeah,
Um,
you grew up listening to good
but
music.
then,
man.
yeah, and then so I was
I think
playing
that's all
out.
there is to it.
I was playing all these old standards.
Yeah.
then. And then I would play with older country dudes. So I was doing Merle Haggard and
Yeah,
I was
man.
already doing that stuff.
I love it.
I'm not saying I was good at it. I'm just saying I was already doing it.
I
already
mean, if
knew-
you can play it,
I already knew what it was.
I'd
if
say
you
you're
can play
good
it
enough.
to the
You know?
record enough, you know, I mean, that you can get far in this town during that era. I mean, that's
Yeah.
because you had to be able to do that and some of the newer stuff.
I already knew what it was. So I moved to town with a pretty good understanding of that. Well, then, and I'll backtrack here, but
It's all good, man.
about,
So you
remember Dan George,
I know I do,
keyboard
man.
player that played with me at Big
Oh,
Ringers Forever.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
the multi. Yeah, the,
Yeah,
utility.
yeah.
Oh,
So-
great guy too.
So
yeah.
I met him. Maybe a year or two before I moved out here in 2016. There was a guy that's from the town I'm from that lived out here and played music,
yeah.
right? And this is a long ass story.
Tell it, man. Tell it, brother. We're here
but-
for it.
He's a great dude. But so I was playing music back home.
Yeah.
My dad bought an enclosed trailer so me and my boys could haul around the PA
Your gear.
equipment and
Yeah.
do the thing. Right?
That's awesome, man.
So we had that, and I had a good friend of mine that supported the band that bought us a $10,000 QSC PA system that we lugged around. And did
Damn.
that. So we got all that stuff handled, and but this guy that I lived out here, that he was wanting to do some shows back home, and he knew that I had
The gear.
the gear and
Yeah.
trailer,
Yeah.
right? So it was going to be a
Yeah.
you help me, I help you thing.
Gotcha. Quid pro quo.
Pay me
Yeah.
$100. He said, "Hey man, I'll pay you $100 to come play guitar with me because he was a guitar player too. He didn't need me. He was a singer, guitar player.
He just needs your rig.
He just needed the rig.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But he was like, you know, you can play guitar, but I need you to set up. I need you to bring your system and set it up. So I basically ran sound.
Okay.
And played guitar.
No kidding.
And all this stuff, right? For $100, and drove the truck and trailer, and I thought it was great, right?
Yeah, you got to. That guy got a
He
deal.
booked the gigs.
But,
So
Yeah,
it was
but I tell you what it did for me, and this was a year or two before I moved out here in 2016.
Yeah.
I met Dan George because he was in that band, because the whole band was Nashville guys.
Okay.
So I got those relationships right there before I even moved out here.
Wow.
And I think the thing that was worth it the most was the set list.
No kidding.
I mean, he was doing, at that time, he was doing 2015, 2016 Broadway set list. So when I moved to town,
You already kind of knew
I
it.
had already played for a year and a half, 2 years with this guy doing 10 roof gigs in North Carolina.
No kidding.
And local Hickory gigs,
Yeah.
playing his set list.
Yeah.
So
You
that
already
ain't-
knew
that
it.
ain't my truck, something like that. All this stuff that I didn't know
Yeah.
playing at home, because local guys in North Carolina weren't playing that stuff. They
They're
were
fun
playing
songs. They got good hits. And
Yeah,
you know what
that.
I mean.
That was
Like,
just stuff that I wasn't playing. I got introduced to
Yeah.
fresh right before
Yeah.
I decided to move here. So
Yeah.
I came here pretty well prepared.
Yeah.
We're talking
But-
to Ross, and he was mentioning how the first like actual book of songs he got, and he was like, it was 137 songs.
Yeah.
And it was for Smoking Guns, which was 2 women. So, you know, right there, the material is,
Just.
you know, a bunch of female country and stuff that he wasn't familiar with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, any way you can be prepared coming in this town and having that library of a variety of classics. Like
and
that.
now I would imagine more so than back then, because back then we weren't playing, bands in Carolina weren't playing the songs that we play downtown.
Yeah.
Now I think it's almost, most of the standards we play downtown, I feel like are almost universal.
Yeah.
Every small town band's playing
All that.
Friends in Low Places, and
Yeah,
they're all
yeah.
playing that stuff now. Back then they
Especially
weren't.
nowadays.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So back then though, I was more prepared to come to town.
Absolutely.
So I came to town, and this is awesome. We're going back to Trevor now. So I visited in May, right? We found a spot to live. Spent some time, met a couple of new people. I got up and sat in on a couple of gigs, went back home, right? And kept working, kept figuring it out, and
Yeah.
getting an exact time frame
You'd done
together.
the recon and
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
now you're putting the plan together.
That was May.
Yeah.
Well, then the plan comes together, and we're like, all right, well, I think moving time's going to be, looks like August. Right?
Okay.
So I call Bobby Turk, and I say, hey, man, I'm coming in August.
Yeah.
Anything you need, let me know. I'm coming blank slate, no work,
Nice.
nothing.
Yeah.
I'm ready to
Yeah.
work. Right.
You're doing it, man.
And yeah, luckily I was working back home, and I had
Yeah.
money. I had enough money stashed up to come out here, so I wasn't going to be starving right away. I didn't have to go get a
Yeah.
bus boy job, because getting a job to pay your rent is a must, right? You have
Sure.
to do that. But if you move to town to do this thing
Yeah.
and you get stuck
Yeah.
having to survive,
Yeah.
it's going to take away from your
Yeah.
opportunities and your endeavors to do your musical thing,
Absolutely.
because it just is.
Yeah, that's just how it is.
So I knew that, and you know, before I moved out here, I had family, and I had people saying, you better have a backup plan.
Yeah.
What's your backup plan? I didn't have a backup plan. The backup plan is
Yeah.
don't mess up plan A.
Yeah.
Make plan A work.
Yeah.
Right. So I didn't come here. I came here with a little stash
You came here to play.
to go.
Because
Right.
otherwise you could just go back home and live and play music and have the job.
Yeah, you can
what's
have a
the
job
point?
and play 3 or 4 days a week anywhere.
Yeah, so what's the point? Might
You
as
can-
well. So it's either come here all in.
Do the thing.
Yeah, man, in for a penny, in for a pound. That's it.
So I told Bobby, and I told a couple other people that I had met in that May trip.
Yeah.
But I told them, hey, I'm coming in August, ready to work.
Yeah.
And this is how cool stuff is and how timing and everything works out. Bobby Turk said, well, Trevor Finley's got to go to England and play with Tiffany for 6 weeks.
I remember that with Jen
And Jen Friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they
when-
literally got picked up in bootleggers.
And they
That's
need
crazy.
So he's going to be missing 6 Mondays of our whiskey band gig. And if you think you can front it and sing for 4 hours, Trevor said he's cool with you subbing it.
Damn.
I did not remember
Wow.
when I met you and we started playing together, because that was the first time I met you, was through just playing together. And it's funny thinking back to that time and not realizing.
I was
and
in
then
that
now
mix.
I'm thinking back and going into Whiskey Bent and
Yeah.
like, holy shit, yeah.
I was in that
you
mix,
up there
yeah.
playing.
And
yeah.
so literally, we moved here. I unloaded the U-Haul trailer on like August 15th. I think it was a Monday night. And I ordered pizza. Me and my wife and my buddy from back home that drove us out here with his vehicle with the trailer
Yeah.
got pizza, and I had to go downtown and play whiskey band.
No kidding.
The first night I moved here,
That's
I had
awesome.
to fill in.
Yeah.
And so that one gig slowly branched off
Yeah.
into a bunch of other stuff.
Everybody can see you can do it. You know, you
Yeah,
can run the gig.
I think
and
at
whatever.
that time, John Moss was
Yeah.
running at Whiskey Bent.
Oh, was he at Whiskey
He
first?
was at Whiskey Bent first, and then
Okay.
he was like, "I'm going over to Bootleggers,
Yeah.
and I'm going to try to get you something over there because I love this." And
Yeah.
Trevor was coming back, so this wasn't my gig.
Yeah.
Well, he ended up getting me every Friday night upstairs
Moss.
at Bootleggers.
He's a good guy.
Man.
So
yeah.
then
He got me gigs there.
So
Yeah,
then
love that man.
I did
Love
that.
John.
Well, then door guy John that moved to Virginia.
Big John.
Yeah,
My
John.
best
yeah,
friend.
his best
Yeah,
friend.
yeah.
That's
We grew
So
up together.
he was working the door.
Yeah.
And Ronnie had to give up his Thursday night and move away.
Okay.
And Big John and John were like, if somebody's got to take this Thursday, the only person we want to take is Tylerr.
Nice.
So they took me off the Friday night.
Okay.
So I had that Thursday night for almost 7 years.
Is that right?
I had, and then Trevor ended up giving up the Monday night whiskey band, and I took that. And I had that for 5, 6, 7.
Who were you playing with? Was it just
I kept Greg Thiel on drums. He stayed there the whole time. I think Greg Thiel has been there before Whiskey Bent was there. I think he was playing drums in there before
It was
even a
Whiskey
building.
Bent.
Yeah, I think he might have been born in that building. But
Yeah.
he's still doing it. I don't do it anymore. We'll get to that part of the story later. But
Yeah.
he's still playing that Monday night gig. I think he's had that for over 13 years.
Wow.
If somebody wants to hear about a steady, regular, they're few and far between now, guys. You know,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
Broadway's changing,
Yeah.
and your stability and your consistency is not the way it used to be.
Don't I know
But
it?
some
Yeah,
places,
it's
that
been a
one
brutal-
in particular.
Yeah.
Greg has had that gig for 13 years, every Monday night.
Man.
But that was my little start in, right?
Yeah.
You got a foot in the door.
Yeah.
In the city